Crypto has collapsed over the weekend. What are you going to do? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Da Vinci. I'm in the pipe 5x5. Even though, man, the market has collapsed heavily. Damn. Things are not looking so good, as not only as the crypto market has collapsed, but also the stock market has collapsed majorly, as you can see here. And crypto is even worse, right? In fact, you know, we have to play this, right?
On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Well, you know, I'm still in the pot 5x5. When you got crypto, it doesn't matter, right? But I know some of you guys are like panicking right there. You're like,
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're some real pretty shit now, man.
You finished?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
Okay. Wow. Well, yes, it is panic time, right? From a lot of people, but that's okay. You know what? The market, this is what the market does. We've seen it. Also, this was called by me a long time ago. Told you that something was up. All the people who had sold everything, all the wealthy people had sold everything, and you know, once they do that, that something's coming down the pipe. And so they always get in front of that. And have you noticed that gold, although has backed off by $200, still pretty up there, right? And same with Bitcoin. Although it's backed off from its all-time highs, it's still pretty up there. I'm going to show you that in today's charts and technical analysis for today. But before we go any further, just remember, right, that these guys are already out. Berkshire Hathaway, right? You know, what's his name? The creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, and so many more names. You name them. You name the top people. So let that sink in for a second, right? They got out a long time ago, right? So, yeah, I know. And whilst you're just sitting there, right, like trying to get 50K out of the crypto market, but hey, at least you got 95K to go. Damn. I know. I joke, but yeah, things are really bad out there. And but hey, if you were shorting it, you were doing okay, right? You can short this, right? You can short this market, you can sell this market. So it's not always bad for everyone. It's bad for people who are long and waiting for, you know, their day in the sun. And that's, you know what? If you're buying and holding, you will get your day in the sun. But today is just a day where you get to buy cheap. And you could also sell this short at bybit.davincij15.com, levex.davincij15.com, where, you know, you can actually, people are subscribing and watching the show free and live, because I'm doing this live right now. Also at weex.davincij15.com, which I do have along here because I do think Bitcoin will recover, because the market, well, you know what? Let's get onto that right now. Why? Look at this. I told you, time to go. And even if you got it to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's down, right? It's down. Doesn't matter. Bitcoin says, yeah, I'm about to destroy everything, right? Once it gets up to here, right? I think about right around 64% or something like that. Maybe a little bit higher, but I think this is probably the target range. This is going to blast quickly to 74%. Quickly, right? It's going to make your head spin. You'll be like, what? That means it's going to absolutely destroy all the alts. Now, it doesn't mean that price is going to go higher. Doesn't mean that. It just means that whilst all your alts are bleeding, Bitcoin is not bleeding as much. Could be that case, but it could also mean that Bitcoin could turn around very fast and leave the alts continuing to bleed out. With that said, this was wish we could have traded this on the weekend. This was clear, right? We had some clear emming pattern. It was clear that, hey, you know what? You now could take the short here and you know, and place a stop loss at the top here at the 84.5, 84.7-ish area. And yeah, it was a good short. Boom, and there it is. But we missed it because we weren't around to take that short. Couldn't really take that short here because it would have been too. Your stop loss had to have been all the way up here, and it just doesn't make any sense to try to get in on the short here. Let's just see. If you were to try to do that, right? This is where the sensible short would have been. The sensible short. This is how you would have had it. Let's just say you came up to the bottom of this wick. These what's it called, candle bodies, right? So that's right about here. So you got in like there, right? That would be something conservative. And even then, before this chart, before this all happened, it would have been very, very difficult. And then your stop loss is way up here. Now you could say, well, no, what? Let's just go to the candle body. Okay, fine, right? Are you gonna get 2 to 1? Yeah, I guess you did, right? But the real safety, right? So in order to be really safe, you had to be way up here. And this, right, means that, you know, there were 2 to 1 is still way down, still coming. Take a look at the percentage risk. Is that a 5% risk? Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. You could have done the 5% risk, but then that would have been a 1-to-1 short on Bitcoin. Because, you know, you could have lost 5% of your money. You don't want to lose more than 5% of your money on that short. So I guess that could have been a, you know, hey, you know what? I'm going to sell Bitcoin point. That's it. That's all you could have done. You couldn't do a regular trade unless you were actually paying attention every single hour of the day until you saw, you know, the clear emming pattern, which finally showed up. And then that was it. That was your signal to go short. And that's how you do it. Because then now you could have, if you did that, right, your signal pattern to go short, you would have had a smaller risk window, right, which you could have had some leverage to. And then, boom, easy peasy win that you could have held on, but I wouldn't hold it that much because of the fact that Bitcoin likes to reverse back up a lot, right, in this bearish market because there's a lot of buyers. Now, looking at Ethereum, as you can see, wow, I told you, you could hold that trade. Once we opened that trade there, you could hold that forever. You could hold that forever, all the way to 500, basically, right? Probably all the way to 500. I wouldn't hold it all the way to 500, but you could, right? You could hold this thing, and look at that. It's going. It's gonna go and gonna go and gonna go and gonna go. There will be times when it comes back at you. So just so you know, if you're gonna hold that particular trade, but I don't think anybody would. There's too much profit here to actually keep this trade open. Looking at Solana, we pumped up to 140, and then just lost it. And that was an indication that, hey, you know what? This was a dead cat bounce, and then boom, the target's $80, right? I've been telling you, it's $80 for quite some time. Whoops, you guys can't see that chart, sorry. And let me just move things out of the way. There you go. So the target's $80, right? That's it. So there's not much left to go, and it could go a little bit lower than $80, but that's the target. If it holds the $80 levels, then we can see maybe a turnaround, but I wouldn't bet on it. Usually what happens when a crypto is collapsing and breaks down, you can see that we've actually consolidated here, and the Bollinger Bands is tightened, and now we're failing. We've had a key level here, the break, and that was it. We're headed straight down. So it's time to get into a short, right? It's going to be difficult, right? Because there will be some pullbacks, and but they will get you. They will get you all the way down to $80 in a short amount of time. Oof, right now you can't really get on the short here because we have to wait for some sort of pullback before we actually jump in on a short. There is no option here for a short at this time because there could be a pullback at any second here. Yes, most likely probably going to go down, but you can't take the short on that because you need some sort of like, okay, where's my stop loss, right? Because if this thing reverses, there's no clear stop loss, right? You could say, well, maybe these levels here, maybe, but it could easily come back all the way up to the 115 as well. So you can't really can't trade this until the market gives you better indication on what you need to do. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Going to be answering questions after this show. There's a lot of people here asking me questions. If you want to join us, you can join us by just signing up at levex.davincij15.com. Links in the description below, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.